everybody. I'm Steven. And we're Cardboard Coalition. Today, we figured we'd bring you another unboxing, and this is obviously a bigger unboxing. We have lots of boxes. So we're going to try to make it short and get through everything, so you guys don't have to watch like a 3-hour unboxing. But I'm ready to get into it. Rezvan's really excited. She has no idea what it is, and of course I know what's in these boxes. But Rezvan, I'm making sure our address isn't on the front of the box. Rezvan has no idea. You ready to open some boxes, Rezvan? All right. Do you hope it's a game? What if it's just a box with a whole bunch of boxes in it? Instead of pulling down here, let's make a cut. There we go. All right. Set this out of the way for now. Well, we'll just go through this slowly. And so why don't I actually take this and set it on the ground over here, which gives us some room to work. Oh, hopefully not knock over my little, let's put this up here, knock over my little peanut sheet. All right, time to start going through things. Set that there. Oh, it's heavy. It's heavy. Oh, so the first thing in the box is Moloch, the Rise of Moloch. Rise. The Rise of Moloch. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and set that down. Make sure it's still in the shot. All right, it's still in the shot. What do we got next? Almost missed this, but we got this little box. Mr. Honk. We'll put old Mr. Honk right here. And then we have Rise of Moloch, Mech Asylum. And like I said, the light's not set up for Rezvan. It's set up for you guys. So, yep. All right, but the box isn't over yet. It's not done. Rise of Moloch. This is the block guys. Oh, there it is. The Baker Street set. Yeah, Rezvan sees the miniatures now. Now she's like, oh. Oh, but wait, there's more. All right, Rise of Moloch, Twilight Night. But there's more. Rise of Moloch, the OHMS Gentleman set. So the Rise of Moloch, what it is a one verse many, and I forget the name of them, but there's these guys who are trying to raise Moloch, and it's set in a Victorian steampunk. I feel like most steampunk's Victorian anyways, but a Victorian era steampunk world. And so they learn how to use technology and witchcraft or sorcery or however you want to look at it, dark forces, to make things. Right? And then there's occultists that want to bring Moloch, which is an old god, right? And they want to the rise of Moloch, bring Moloch back up. But there's the Unicorn Club, right? You know what a unicorn is, Rezvan? Yeah. Yeah, it has a horn, yeah. So the Unicorn Club is fighting to stop them. So it's a one verse many. One person plays the main bad guy boss. Everybody else plays the heroes. And then you kind of duke it out on the board. All right, with that said, we're still not done. So, the Rise of Moloch. This is the Anarchist Extras. Not Anarchist, the Arcanus, I gotta look at it again. Arcanus Extras. So we have the Arcanus Extras, and I don't even know where to put it now. We're kind of running out of room. Oh, we'll go like that. We'll just let them keep stacking over here. All right, so that's one box. Let's move that out of the way over here. You ready to jump into the next box? All right, let's jump into the next box. Being very careful. You have a question? I don't know. We're going to have to see. Oh, let's go ahead and spin this because that does have our address and everything on it. All right. Take the tape off the knife. Shipping receipt. That's nice. We'll throw that back here. Oh, you want one Baby Yoda? All right, let's do the same thing. Let's go ahead and set this on the floor. Oh, and see what we got going on in here. All right, what do we have going on in here? Let's see. We have the Rise of Moloch, the Embassy expansion. Oh, it's a big game. All right, what else do we have in here? And we have the Rise of Moloch, the wheel. I know, guys, I'm supposed to be looking at the camera all the time, but I like seeing Rezvan's excitement about games. All right, what else do we have? Check in side because there's a whole bunch of packaging. They do a really good job. This is Miniature Market. They send a whole bunch of really good packaging, less likely to get damaged. And they send a better box than Game Nerds. So the Rise of Moloch, the dragon. So this is the main game, the Rise of Moloch. This is all the extras from the Kickstarter, including this. I believe Mr. Honk goes with either the wheel or the embassy. This is an expansion, so we'll go ahead and we'll move this over here. This is an expansion as well. Make sure we're almost blocking you out of the picture. This is an expansion as well. I can't remember. Mr. Honk in the Kickstarter was one of the Kickstarter exclusives for one of these. For the life of me right now, I can't remember if it was the wheel maybe, but here, we'll put him right there. So there's old little Mr. Honk. All right, and then these are extra guys. We'll put these up here so Rezvan doesn't get cut out of the picture. So what happened was Miniature Market was doing a huge sale, and they had basically the Rise of Moloch. I've been eyeballing this for a while. It's a steampunk Victorian kind of game, but just some of the characters we'll talk about when we get into the minis looked really cool to me. And then Miniature Market did a sale and specifically had everything from the Kickstarter. So then I sat down and I started doing some homework. And I started looking at prices. Where can I get the Rise of Moloch? For how much can I get the Rise of Moloch? Started looking at things. And I found out Miniature Market definitely had the cheapest price. But then it was, am I spending $270 for a whole bunch of stuff that I could have got cheaper at Kickstarter? It'd be good or bad. If I can get it, if the Kickstarter was cheaper, it's really hard for me to spend the money. So I spent a day, sat down, didn't take all day, but on a day I sat down and did the math. And this ended up being about $20 cheaper than the Kickstarter because they had everything was on sale. The game, which is normally $100, was $34 for the base game. This is something you can get at your gaming stores. Instead of $99, it was $34. And I was like, yes, I want to get that because I've been wanting to check this out. But you need at least 100 to get the order. That is what got me into looking into, can I get all the Kickstarter stuff? And sure enough, I can get all the Kickstarter stuff. So I could get this, right? Which is all the Kickstarter exclusive figures and all that for $40. So now we're looking at $74, right? And then I believe it was the embassy, which you guys might not be able to see as well, but it's down here on the bottom. That came free with the Kickstarter, but I paid $28 for the embassy. So for $120, I could have got all this stuff plus the bottom one, the embassy. So one of these expansions, all this for $120. Well, I paid basically $102 or $105. I think it's $105 for all this. And then I looked at the price for all these extras and stuff. This was super cheap because some of these extras you could buy is add-ons. Well, all the extra stuff was add-ons in that campaign. And I got them all for really cheap. So basically I did spend a decent chunk of change, but I spent overall with tax included, because shipping was free and the people in the Kickstarter had to pay shipping. With tax and everything, I think I paid $4 or $5 more than what I would have paid if I got it on the Kickstarter, right? And this came super quick, right? We got this yesterday. I think I ordered it Monday, Sunday. I think it was Monday. I was surprised how quick it came. But enough of my rattling. I guess I should have started opening stuff. But this is basically all of the stuff for the Rise of Moloch. Now, you might be saying, you haven't played the game, why would you buy it all? And I get it. And going back to the Dice Tower and Tom Vassell, and he always says, I don't understand why someone would buy the entire everything or do an all-in Kickstarter, especially when it's the second round of the games. So maybe there's an expansion. So on Kickstarter, they're allowing you to buy the original game and the expansion. He says, oh, I don't know why someone would buy everything. Well, you can do your research. If the theme looks like a theme you want to dive into, you want to play, okay, there you go. If you think you can find people to play it, I know Resvon will play it. I know I have a couple other, you guys have met him, Damon and Morgan, they'll play it. So that gives at least 4 of us. So I got the player count. Then you think about price. Am I willing to spend that much money? And that's, up to everybody. Everybody's different about price. I thought about how often am I going to play it? I think I'll play this a lot. This is one of those games that we can slide out instead of playing Zombicide, which Resvon likes, or some other game, we can slide this one out. All right? And then, overall, price-wise, granted we spent a good chunk, Resvon and I just spent a good chunk of change to get all this stuff. It was cheaper than if I would have got it during the Kickstarter. And if I would have been on Kickstarter buying things when this came out, this is something I would have picked up. I know myself enough to know I would have picked it up. So then go ahead. I said, let's go ahead and buy it. So we did. And now we got the Rise of Moloch. I've played a one verse many now, and I know I like a one verse many. So what is this? Rise of Moloch. This is the campaign book. So this gives you all the campaigns. So you could play this as a campaign. So all the stories connected. Your character bumps up each new story. Or you could play it as single playthrough. So you can do one scenario and play through that. All right. And then we got the rule book. It's not super big. 24 pages to the back. It's got a round summary back here. The Nemesis plot. Prepare for a mission. So the Nemesis plot, I'm not sure what that is. All right, so looks pretty easy to get through. There's rules. It's about as difficult as Zombicide. And like I said, I did some research on it, and it's about as difficult as Zombicide. We got a whole bunch of cardboard, right? These are player boards. I'm trying to make this video short, but let's go ahead and look at some of this. And there's an interesting thing. You got your round tracker and stuff is what's going on the top. But there's an interesting thing where in between each round, and this is the boss board. Hold on, guys. Let me get all this out. There we go. So what goes on is, from what I can tell, I watched a little bit of a playthrough, is there is, oh, what's this? I don't know exactly what that is. But in between rounds, and I'll show Resvon really quick, you guys set up. So the boss puts down cards, whoever the bad guy is, that one, right, puts down certain cards for actions they're going to do. Move, attack, maybe cast a spell. I'm coming up with something there. For the good guys, as a group, they put down cards of actions they want to do. So same thing. It might be move, it might be attack, it might be discover. Remember, like discovering the X's? So you might put down a card on here and say, okay, in this round, my character is going to look at whatever's in there. And then you play through the round after that. So this is kind of a in-between thing that you do. All right, there's those things. Might be a little fun getting it back in, so I'm not going to punch all this out. So here are some tiles, basically rooms. Here, I'll just set down and flip one at a time. So these are basically rooms, kind of like Zombicide. They're double-sided. There's some doors on there, some boxes and stuff. This one, double-sided for rooms. Same here, so we won't go through all that. So a whole bunch of rooms and stuff, but I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. And here's tokens, lots of tokens. One of the interesting things about this game is there's ether, and you use this to do actions. So heroes for special actions, for like special attacks, and there's like crazy steampunk guns and stuff. You can use this ether, but what happens is if the good guys use it, then that ether goes to the bad guy, and the bad guy can then use the ether too. So if you use some points, you're like, oh, I'm getting the bad guy, then the bad guy has some points, and later on he can go, now I'm getting you. So that part's kind of interesting. The other thing is, there's some fire, so you can set things on fire. The other thing is, the good guys have health. Let's see if I can find the health. I think these are the health. I think these are the health right here. So the good guys have health. And they can lose health, but they don't die from what I understand. They don't actually die. Well, if they lose all their health, they don't necessarily die. They get knocked out, right? And then someone can come back and revive them and stuff like that. A lot of times in Zombicide, when you're dead, you're dead. This one looks like you can rescue people and bring them back. But for the person who's trying to rise Moloch, they get one go. Once their henchman or monster is out on the board and you kill it, it's dead. But of course, what are we going to call it? The antagonist, right? The person who's playing the bad guy. There's lots of monsters, and we'll see in here. There's lots and lots of monsters for them to put on the board. So there's that. So you saw the little room tiles, and how it works is there's these area grid tiles. I'm just kind of showing Reswan, and it might be a little hard for her to see, but it looks like a Victorian street in the rain. And what happens is you set these down, and then you take some of these tiles, right? You take some of these room tiles. Let's flip this one over so you guys can see better. I'll show Resvan really quick. So you take one of these room tiles, when you're setting up the map, you put down these, and then you put the room tiles on top for the different rooms, and that's how this map is modular. We won't open this. We know it's a bunch of modular things. The backside, I think, is just back art, which would be kind of nice. The cardboard and stuff in this is really thick. It's nice. It's the same quality as kind of Zombicide. Now, we have this. Here are the heroes that come with the base game, right? So, and I know Reswan after is going to want me to show her all this because she's not getting a really good angle. Well, it's really lighting. She's not getting good lighting right now. So, she, I think, is just trying to be good for the video, right? And honestly, guys, I don't think I'm going to go through all the expansions. It's just going to take a lot of time making it a very long video. We'll jump through this main box and maybe some of the stuff that's in the extra box, the Kickstarter stuff, because this would be a super long video. If anybody's interested, and it's not a cheap comment throw, put it in the comments if you're interested, and we'll go through the boxes, do a video. But granted, I'm probably going to open these boxes after we're done with the video, so Reswan and I can. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys first. It's just fair. So, we have Major Dreadful. There's one character. Then we have Emma Swanson. And this was a Kickstarter exclusive Emma Swanson. So there's Emma Swanson. Actually, maybe it's an alternate sculpt that was the Kickstarter exclusive. Then we have Abigail Sutherland. And this is one of the things that kind of made me perk up looking at this game. And she's a ghost. She's like a specter, right? And on the mini, it has like tentacles coming up from the ground and stuff. It's kind of crazy. Then we have Sir Walther Cavendish, right? And this guy deals with electricity, and the mini actually has that electricity. And then this is definitely one of the big things. I don't know if it necessarily sold me, but it definitely made me excited. But Drago, which I don't know if it's a Roman for dragon or something, Greek for dragon, but it's a werewolf, right? So you can play as a werewolf. So I'm just letting Resvon know right now, if I'm a hero, she bet that I'm going to play as the werewolf. But see, you can play as a werewolf. A werewolf with a top hat. He has a fancy little top hat on. If I remember right, the mini doesn't have the top hat, but man, you know, it's okay. All right, so there's some heroes. And just to show you guys, let's go through. These are some of the, I don't know the proper word, but the baddies that, I'm trying to make sure I don't ruin anything. These are some of the baddies. Oh, Nemesis. So it's the Nemesis is the name of the person who plays as the bad guy. So we'll show you, oh, there's a whole bunch of them. So maybe we'll show you some. There's one that I thought was really cool. So there's, of course, zombies. The shambling zombies. Resvon likes her zombies. Yeah. It's late for Resvon, so she might be a little yawny right now. Then we have a killer clown. Clowns are always fun, so there's a killer clown. Right? Yeah. Alright. Who is this? Tobias. This is a character that can go on the board, so he probably runs around by himself. So he probably has more damage, more health than some of the smaller ones, which are multiples. Alright, we're not going to go through all these. Here's Emerson. If you guys want us to, let me know in the comments, and we'll go through everything. Like I said, I'm trying to make this quick. Yeah, and I know Resvon wants to say, oh, here's a lady one. So the idea about this, and you'll see with the next couple ones, is that they found the magic from Egypt. So it's kind of, there's an Egyptian theme with the steampunk and try to bring Moloch back up. So, oops, sorry. What's it? Ira Kodich? Cottage? I'm probably saying it wrong. And then I'll show you guys this one. I'm sure you'll see the next one. So the high priest, very Egyptian. Yeah, Resvon's having a hard time because she's not have any light. So once I flip it to her, it's dark. And there's lots of fun characters, right? So there's like freak show people, like carnival. I don't know if maybe freak show is the bad term to use anymore. Carnival people. We'll go ahead and set those back in here. All right. So you also have, as Simon does, a whole bunch of different cards to help through the gameplay. We won't open all those. We'll get to the part that everybody's probably most interested in. And then you have, looks like, objects. So just like Zombicide, if you've ever played. Oh, this one's definitely gear. So this one is a pipe, a gas pipe, but a lead pipe. So you can just beat them with a pipe. All right, so maybe this says take a free action. This looks like potions and stuff like that. We got some dice, which are really cool. I got it taped down. That's a little interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this box. So we got dice, and the different sides of the dice do different things. I feel like they got a nice kind of heft to them. All right. Show us. Yes, this is the different things. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, like I said, Resvon's going to want to go through all this more. And once we finish wrapping up this video, we'll go through all this more. There's some acrylic things for the standees, which I thought's kind of cool. There's cardboard doors, right? Kind of like Zombicide where there's doors. But they have these little acrylic standee things, so you can put them in this so the door stands up. So that's kind of cool. But, all right, let's move this out. I'm trying to look for space everywhere. And I've seen some videos of this. I'm not a big fan of how they put this in here, as opposed to, because see, it doesn't want to come out. So now I'm going to go like this, and I can hear all the miniatures falling all over the place. Come on. Yeah, they're going to be all over the place. Here, we'll put the box over here. As opposed to the Zombicide one where there's a lid and it pops open and you like flip it up. This one is a side opener, which means this is going to get beat up a lot. I can tell it's already, you can see, I don't know if it's from when they put it in and they held it. The box is already beat up. I want to be careful. Oh yeah, see, they've already kind of fallen around in here a little bit. Let's go ahead. So this is going to be a little bit of a pain to get them in and out, but not too bad. They're still all in here. So here's old Moloch. Here's the main big baddie in this one. All right. Even the ugly miniatures, Resmon's always like, so beautiful. She loves miniatures. There's a, oh, I just noticed something. So they have zombies, right? Hopefully you guys can see that. They have these zombies. Yeah. But they also have zombies on fire. So there's a zombie on fire. Let's see if I can move it close for you guys. Sorry. I need to get an over camera, I know. So zombies on fire. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. So you have zombies on fire. These are like Royal Guard zombies. So, you know, in England with the fuzzy hats, the beef eaters, I think is what they're called. So you have those. But then you have ones like this. It's one of the freak show. This is a strong lady, but she's also, she has two heads and she has a big hammer in her hand. Yeah, Resmon's gonna want to see this in the light. I could tell. Where's another? I mean, they're all really cool in here. Where's another one? I like some of these guys because they're just kind of super cool. I think this is actually Tobias. So it's probably hard for you guys to see, but he's got a dead guy on his back. He's got stuff flying off him. He has a saw, two-handed saw. Yeah, it's going to be fun painting these up. So he's got the little dead guy on his back. Alright, but this has a whole bunch of the bad guys that you can play as. And of course, underneath, we've got a whole bunch more of the bad guys. Oh, these can't be bad guys. These have to be, these are the good guys, but I don't know what that is. There's like a guy hanging, but the color from the baby blue, this is the color they used for the good guys. There's a whole bunch of bobbies. So the police, the old Victorian police, but they have little masks on. Yeah. We got a captain. Yeah, see here's the werewolf guy. Drago. That I really like. I wish he had the top hat on, but he doesn't. See how he's howling? Oh. There's some things missing right here. There's some indents. I don't know what that's for. We'll have to see. Maybe it's for some of the extra stuff that's somewhere else. But this is fun too. Here is the little clowns, right? So a bad guy's a little clown. Hopefully you guys can see. Yeah. Yeah, a bunch of little clowns. There's a different sculpt of the little clown. So this one has like the juggling pins or maybe two little bats. You got clowns that you can send out after everybody. Evil clown. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff to paint. All right, let's go ahead and move this stuff off to the side. I kind of wonder why there's that opening on the stuff. All right, we'll move this right here. We got a lot of things here. We'll move this out of frame way over here. Yeah, this video is probably already getting a little bit long, and we've just gone through the main stuff. All right, so this is all the Kickstarter stuff. So the Arcanist extras. this is going to be very loud plastic, I can tell by the sound of it. So let's try to cut as much as we can. It'll be very crinkly, if you like crinkly. So yeah, like I said, how I looked at it was, if this Kickstarter just came out now, I would back it. So the fact that we could get it at the price of the Kickstarter, technically cheaper, but with tax, $5. I think it was like $5, give or take $1. And I don't even think, I think it's take $1 with that. I think it was like $5 over. Then, you know, let's go ahead and do it. Oh, I forgot. This is sitting there. All right, so here is the box. This is all of the Kickstarter stuff. So when you do a Kickstarter, if you don't know, you back a game. A lot of times they have stretch goals. So if how much money they funded, they give more and more stuff. And there's tons of videos out there you can see about stretch goals and if they're fake and should companies do stretch goals and stuff like that. But there's stretch goals. Trying to figure out how to open this box. Here we go. So this is basically all the stretch goals. So part of the stretch goals is more campaigns. There's more campaigns to go through. I don't know where to set all this stuff. Maybe we can set it in the back of that box because I don't want to mix everything up. We have a couple more street boards. So this is what I was talking about. Just streets. Oh, I guess they are two-sided. They're just streets with, this one has no rain. There's train tracks on it. So some street boards, 1, 2 street boards. So the Kickstarter exclusive was a different sculpt of Emma Swanson. So go ahead and let's see, where would this be? Where would this be? Maybe right here. Trying to get this going without ruining anything. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see Reswan dancing because she's probably excited about all the miniatures. Oh, you see all the minis and stuff, yeah. Come on, we can do this. Let's not cut ourselves on video. Yeah, see I mean, good or bad, they make this stuff really, it's like shrink wrap, so you have to catch a corner and then get it to pop out. See if I keep pulling here, maybe I can get enough. Oh, I almost had it. Oh, did that give me a rip? Oh, I got a rip finally. Jeez. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. As we go through some of these heroes, it took me a long time to rip through them, and now you know why on video we won't go through everything. Like I said, it's really not a cheap plug. If you guys are interested, send us a video, and I'm willing to go through all this stuff because it's really cool with you guys. All right, but we got more heroes. So this is Emma Swanson. This is probably a different version of her. There's a different sculpt. The Kickstarter exclusive. So there's her. We'll go like this, and I guess I can pop them like this. There's Irum Nala. All right. Maybe I won't go through all these because then it's gonna get very, very time consuming. But let's see. There's 1, 2. Oh, that guy's really cool. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Some of these are kind of cool. 8, 9. Well, I guess one's an alternate sculpt. I don't exactly know what's going on with Emma Swanson, but 8 to 9 new heroes. You got a whole bunch of them in here, and I'll just show you some of the ones that are really interesting. You got this little guy on his, he has a wheel. He rides it around. Looks like maybe a robot. Yeah. This was the card that you guys didn't get to see, but I said is really cool. It looks like the guy is coming through a portal with a whole bunch of tentacles. It's like a portal. Yeah. So, oh, and I'll just show this one. It's gonna be hard for you guys to see, but I think it's either Winston or Watson. It's a little bulldog. A little bulldog. And the bulldog's the mascot for the Marine Corps, so I like bulldogs. I'll show you all this after, hun, so you can see it up close. Not necessarily sure what these are. These are some kind of marker. There's 4 of them in there, but if you could see, there's like a little, it's probably plastic, but it looks like a little stone in the middle. That's actually really cool. Yeah. We got a second set of dice here, which I think is pretty cool. They're black. They're the same dice, but black. It helps. So especially one versus many. You know, one guy can have the antagonist. I already forgot the name of it. Can have those. There's a Rise of Moloch bag. Little bag. It says Rise of Moloch on there. It's all right. It's kind of screen printed. It's not like I'm gonna wash it. Here's villains. I see more. I won't open this because the video's starting to get long. I see more clowns. We have, this looks like it's an animation thing for the guy with the little wheel. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. There's an opening right here too. I have no idea what's supposed to go there. All right. Let's go ahead and put this stuff back in here for now. So there's a whole bunch of heroes. Like I said, I'm just trying to find a good spot I can set this stuff down. Oh, and then some of these are really cool. And then in here we have a whole bunch of villains. Is it taped down? I think this is taped down. Oh, come on! I'm trying to make this quick. Come on! You know what? We can move this for now. I'll deal with it after. Try not to mess up the box. All right. So there's tape. Of course, there's tape. Good or bad, but there's tape all over these boxes. I see a handful of really cool looking critters and stuff in here. Guess we can just go like this for speed. I'm just going to kind of show you guys some of the cool looking ones. There's a baby basket with a whole bunch of tentacles coming out of it. That one's pretty cool. Nice and scary. It's scary, but you like it? Oh, you want to see this one? This one's pretty cool. Looks like an alligator, and he has something like slammed through his head, like a mutated alligator man. This one's kind of cool too. It's like a bat guy, but he's hanging upside down. I like these sculpts. These are actually crazy. Based on looking at the Zombicide, Black Plague, and Green Horde stuff, this stuff looks pretty crazy. Yeah. Just one more, and we'll finish out this video. What should we grab? There's a lot of really cool things in here. I think this is cool just because thematically it's kind of cool. So it might be hard for you guys to see, but it's curtains, and they're doing the magic trick where they saw someone in half. But that's just an interesting mini. See, they're sawing that little person in half. But all right. Like I said, if you guys want us to do a video and an unboxing and go in detail with all these characters, just go ahead and let us know. I'd be happy to. This looks really exciting. But like I said, we basically got the Kickstarter for maybe $5 more once you count for taxes. And it looks like a fun one versus many. And like I said, the reason I got it, going back over kind of this idea of starting to play games, is the theme looked cool. I'm not always into steampunk, but the steampunk looked pretty cool. The player count, I know Resvon will love playing this with me. I'll play it. I don't mind being a bad guy, but I also know Damon doesn't mind being the one in the one versus many too, as well. So we also have Damon and Morgan to play, so that gives us 4 players. We could sneak one more person in. They would be willing to jump into this world, and it's 5. The thing about a game like this is this is definitely not a game that you break out really quick. Kind of like Splendor, just a quick game that you throw down and you play really quick and you put away. Or Hey, That's My Fish, just a quick game you play with everybody and put away. This game takes, I think, about an hour to an hour and a half to play through a scenario. But this is something where, with your game group or with your friends, you can sit down and if you play one mission, everybody has some fun, you go home into the night. Maybe a week or two later, everybody's like, "Hey, let's try to do another mission." Okay, let's go back. You play again, and you have this whole world that you can run around and play in, right? So these are all expansions. These all add extra characters and scenarios and everything. Bad guy, good guys, bad guys. Probably for the most part, all of them good guys, bad guys, and scenarios. And then these are just extra good guys, extra bad guys for people to use just to make it fun. I know this lady in the middle here that you guys can see, Kingdom Death Monster, which I'm late on the whole thing with that, but it's someone from Kingdom Death Monster. So there's that. All right. But as usual, everybody, help us grow this coalition by liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'm Steven. We'll see you later, everybody. Bye.